Hello, everyone. Jorge here with Avalos Cloud Native Technologies. Actually, Avalos Cloud Native and Nexus Technologies. So today's video will be about using this tool called SpiderFoot. So SpiderFoot is basically a tool that will help you to use open source intelligence to basically search for data. It could be a phone number, it could be an email address, it could be anything and much more. It's basically like scanning someone's data or a company or anything. So we're gonna try to deploy a container, a Docker Hub container that will help you to accomplish that tool. So what about, let's go online, let's go to Docker Hub. This is where you find a repository of all the containers out there that people publish basically for free. So let's go to Docker Hub, right? And then we're gonna say SpiderFoot. Let's see what shows up first. SpiderFoot. Let's put it together. Let's put it together like that. And then we're gonna write OSINT. Okay. I want to basically hit the main container, the main version. So this one was updated 7 months ago. How many pulls does this thing have? How many pulls? Let me see. Is anyone's talking about this? So let's talk about the features that this thing have, this container. So it looks like we're going to have a web-based user interface and CLI, over 180 modules, Python 3 install. You can export in different file formats, some API keys, some database stuff, high valuable configurable, fully documented, visualization, Tor integration for that web. Well, that's really nice. So I'll be able to basically browse the dark web with this container. So just for you to know that sometimes containers are also infected with malware already. People just put the stuff there, people pull the container, and then they get hacked. So make sure you don't do that for yourself. That's why it's nice to have an antivirus to know what's happening. But since we are deploying in our sandbox, the Nexus underground Nexus, we may be able to detect it. So they have been developing since 2002. We have some other tools in here, Nmap built in, right? SpiderFoot can be used offensively. So this is how you can search stuff. So you can target IP address, domain, host name, maybe the subnet, ACN, email address, phone number, person's name. And wow, this one have 185 modes we can still use. Wow. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this tool. So I can do it this way. I can do it. I can just clone it. So there is a stable build and developing build. Here are all the tools. Wow, this is a lot stuff. There's a lot going on here. And this is not Kali Linux, eh? This is not Kali Linux. This is just someone who developed a container who will have a lot of different tools. So you know what? I'm just gonna pull this container. Okay. Or maybe we can just do it this way. We can do it the way they show us in here. So we can use all this. Let's copy this. And we go from there. So hopefully it works. So it looks like it's going to install all the requirements in here. It has some requirements and we know the port number. So let's do that. So I already have an SSH connection. I'm going to paste that command in there. It's going to pull, it's going to decompress. Then it's going to navigate to that folder, right? It's SpiderFoot. And then it's going to try to execute the requirements and execute the whole Python script, right? So let's try that. 1, 2, 3. Looks like it didn't do much. It didn't like that. Okay, so let's try another way. Let's try to pull the container. I try to pull the container. This is for you just to get used to, like, don't get close into one solution. It's many solutions. I just don't want to spend so much time, so I'm just gonna pull the container. So right now it's pulling the container. It found it from the host. to my host, right? My underground Nexus to the Docker repository, Docker Hub. I'm gonna pause this for a second. So once you pull the container, your next move will be to actually create a volume. So I got a command over here, Docker volume create, and the name of the volume you want to create, right? So let's do here, let's copy this. Let's create a volume for that container. Boom. All right. And now we have to spin the container for. So this is how you execute or deploy, right? Docker run, then -d, then the name of the container, right? Then the port numbers, how is mapped 1-to-1, same port number, and then the volume, which we call it SpiderFoot -data underscore, and then you have the path and the container that you want to deploy. So since we already pull it and we have it in our local repository, we can just execute this command, copy over here. And now we should be having a container pretty soon here on our portainer, which is we use to manage containers. So let's just refresh this page. My computer is a little bit slow because Zoom love to do that, just like Microsoft Teams. Sometimes I like web-based applications for streaming. They work really well. So let's look we're looking for that container, Spider. So what is a Spider? I don't have it. I don't have it. Why I do not have that container? Do we have the image? Let's take a look. Grafana. Let me display all the containers. So we're looking for a Spider container. Yeah, this one is the right container. I just don't seem to understand why I do not have it. The Spider image, it was there. I'm wondering if it got deleted or something. This is weird. Yeah, it's not there. Or maybe I'm just gonna, I guess I can pull this anonymously, maybe. I didn't pull out to this one. 210, this is another portainer. I got a few different servers going. Portainer, yeah, not here, we're good. So let's go again to Docker Hub. What is Docker Hub? I guess we were on Gmail. Well, I do have the path. So why don't we copy that again? Docker run. It didn't give us any error. Let's just test again. No, this one. This is not a right container. This one is a right container. Container. Maybe it's just right there. I just cannot see it right now. We go in Nexus here. Nexus, Kubernetes, GitLab. Okay. Underground. Yeah, we don't have any other container. This is really rare. And I think that I got it. Now I'm gonna have two containers in here. Yes, okay. It was my mistake. Because I did not install this container on the underground Nexus, but in another computer. So remember, the underground Nexus is a container itself. And now I have many multi-cloud containers. So now I did install on the local machine or on the local machine hosting the main container. So it means that I'll be able to access to this page toward using this port 5001, right? So that's why. So I got it here. So let's go to 192, 192, 168, and we know it's port 5001, which will have a GUI as per. There you go. No scan history. So yeah, that's basically how you deploy a container with just a spin an OSINT open source intelligent tool to basically scan for search for emails, phone numbers, and much more. You can see I deleted the path here, the Docker container spider. Oh, right here. Here, this one. You see everything you got here? You got 185 models to play with inside this container. So let's try to use one of them now since we're playing here. So this video is gonna go to the playlist for containers, and maybe I'm gonna have a hacking session too. We used to do a lot of pen testing when we started working with this dojo back then. So let's try to use. I want to find something that we'll use for a phone number. So let's type here phone number. Phone number, this one. Color name. How do we use these intelligent names? That's a model, right? That's probably an application that someone is using. Look at this one. There is a few. Okay, so maybe I like this one. Let's use one that people may know. So let's see if this thing is telling us the truth. So how can we actually go here? Actually, I'm gonna make another video because I'm gonna leave this one to be just to present you how I deploy it. I did a deployment of a Docker container, right? On the main host, right? And then the next section will be for a hacking session because that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some scanning out there. And again, this is not for you to be getting in trouble. This could be illegal sometimes. Okay, depending what you're doing. So I'm gonna scan my own phone number. So do not follow everything that I do here. This is just tools. They are open on the internet. This is not a secret. And this is how you do some hacking, pen testing, reverse engineering, anything you can think of. Okay. So cheers. Thank you very much. And now you know how to deploy a Docker container. Bye.